I focused on a region that is deeply connected to the Indian Ocean world. Could you hear me?
Yes.
I'm going to share a presentation made by Canva Pro. 1 minute, thank you. You see it?
Yeah, works.
Okay, 1 moment. Okay, so the presentation is entitled Lake Turkana, Menaces to Survival. Lake Turkana is known as also as the Jade Sea because of the color that takes every day at sunset. Lake Turkana stretches about 300 kilometers to the Ethiopian border. It is placed between two countries that are the Ethiopian country and Kenya. One time ago was connected to the Nile River system, but nowadays it's got only a tributary river, that is the Omo River. Is well known also the Omo Valley, a valley rich of tribes in the southern part of Ethiopia. Lake Turkana is an endorheic lake. This means that it's subject to rainfall and evaporation. Here I put a map so that you can see where it's placed. So you can see Ethiopia, and so the southern part of Ethiopia is the one, of course, at the top of the map, and then there's Kenya. Lake Turkana is a unique lake because it's the most alkaline and also permanent lake in a desert area. And there's also a brilliant and delicate ecosystem made of predators, herbivores, and also tribes living there. The tribe that live in the southern part of Ethiopia is the one of the Dasanesh, while the tribe that is living in the upper part of Kenya, so the northern part of Kenya, is known as the Turkana tribe. The Dasanesh and the Turkana have always been pastoralists living on the shores of the Lake Turkana. And livestock for them is so important because it's, of course, a source of nourishment. It's a dowry for a future wife, and it's a sort of costume for both tribes to steal cattle and demonstrate courage. These are known, as Gabriel said, as low-profile wars. But nowadays, these wars are going to be known as high-profile wars because of the fact that they are using modern weapons, and so they are intensifying. The Dasanesh people, the ones of the Ethiopia, leave the southern part of Ethiopia and are known also as the people of the Delta because they live on the delta of the Omo River. For the people in this tribe who doesn't have livestock, there's a sort of condition of poor people living in the tribe too. That means that they go hunting hippos or crocodiles, but they do not have livestock, so they are not rich people as the other in the tribe. Here are 3 photos about the Dasanesh. I hope you enjoy it, are black and white. You can see women of the Dasanesh tribe, and also you can see huts. The women have got an important place inside the Dasanesh tribe because they can build and also dismantle huts during migration. And now I'm going to explain why are important migrations for them and for also the climate change. But you have also to take in mind that the society is always a patriarchal one, is gendered, and also livestock is something that is related only to men and not women. The Turkana tribe is an Nilotic tribe. The Turkana tribe lives in a very hard place because they live in an unstable area that is near to the South Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Somalia. They are known also from historians as the most belligerent and also the smallest tribe of Africa. Also the explorers and first missionaries have known Turkana tribe as belligerent, and so they are very skilled in the art of survival, as Paris said in 1987. Here is a photo about the Turkana tribe. As you can see, there are weapons among them, modern weapons. Climate change is affecting nowadays these tribes because there are unprecedented droughts and there are problems of high temperatures. Ethiopia tried to give a sort of solution to this phenomenon, and Ethiopia built some dams on the Omo River. The most famous one is the Gibe-3 Dam. But the construction of these dams affected around 400,000 people in Kenya. There's a sort of connection between the Indian Ocean world and this area. It's about a climate change, and there's a sort of meteorological aspect, and is about the Indian Ocean dipole. The Indian Ocean dipole is affecting the floodings here in the Horn of Africa. As you can see in this map, there's a sort of particular scheme. There are areas in the southern part of Asia where there are cooler than normal sea temperatures, and this brings drought to the southern part of Asia, and also there are warmer than normal sea temperatures in the Indian Ocean, and so there are many events of flooding and also droughts in the Horn of Africa and in the Lake Turkana. The clashes due to the climate change are increasing the fights between these tribes. So the tribal warfare is undoubtedly increasing, and this represents the first and real climate conflict caused by climate change. It is combined to overpopulation problems, deforestation, anthropogenic pressures that are going to impoverish soils in this area. The WHO stated that in 2030, this area will be the most the area with the highest mortality in Africa. And the Oxford University said that by 2060, the temperature could increase by 5 degrees. If we see the Kenya Vision 2030 that is against drought, there's a sort of attention that the number of people affected by this condition could rise by 5.4 million people by June 2023. The analysis could be also enlarged to encompass the other lakes of this area, but only the Lake Turkana is shrinking due to climate change and due to these increasing of temperatures. The Low Omo Valley is an ancient land when people still live in contact with nature. There's a sort of particular thing that there's no awareness about the climate change. So the people here could be resilient, could migrate, and we can say rebuild huts. And they easily do it. They have been doing this since many decades, since many centuries. If you think about the word resilience, resilience is nowadays used in many international cooperation programs, but first was used to describe these tribes. There's a sort of eco-poetic way of living by these tribes. The Turkana often tell that their land is changing fast. There are shepherds that cross borders. For them, for both tribes, borders do not exist. There's no border. There's only a lake. The problem is that they are searching for livestock and searching for food, and so they can move easily in other tribes' land. And so war easily starts every time. Mobility brings change and fosters encounters and interaction between humans and animals in these areas, and so they continue migrating as they know. I put the last slide about the border. The border for them is a sort of tribal and mobile thing as they're becoming. The pastoralists respond to the variables of the climate and their territory, participating in its change. So is that the word resilience, they work and they never stop. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it.